country. Right from the days of Wakina Mekitadili Wamenza, we came down to Wakina Mora, Wakina Aritoko, Wakina Mau Mau, and all these were young people who stood up and said no to the oppressive state at the time. So that struggle has been incrementally coming on until we got the independence, which turned out to be a flag independence. Then there has been a struggle again to push on. Then we ended up with what you call with the various phases of the liberation, the second liberation, whereby we were able to get this multipartyism. Then eventually we got the new constitution. But the old forces always regroup and subvert the achievements. At the independence, they regrouped through Jomo Kenyatta, and the independence became useless. Then they've come up, it was perfected in Moi, then what have you. So, with the new constitution, Uhuru comes in and he subverts the constitution, him and Ruto. And they do even a worse job than the earlier people had done. They go into commercial loans, which now make this country to be colonized through economic forces. So now the push we're having right now is another attempt at seeing that we get the people at the center of the republic, and Kenya becomes a republic, not a colony, not a fiefdom, not a kingdom, not a kiosk, but a republic, a government of law. That's the struggle, and we need to get the law pronounced. There are not 2 ways or 3 ways, it's just 1 way, the rule of law. And even in the elections, if you look at our elections, if you look at the constitution, things like bombers are not there. The election is supposed to end in the constituency, then the media can call what won the election. But in Kenya, they have fudged it up. They go to bombers, and then we end up not knowing who won the election. We get all these contestations and what have you. So going forward, I identify fully with the current wave of the liberation movement by the Gen Z. It's a very well informed stage. I totally endorse the fact that Ruto has no capacity to govern a modern country, and he should be packing his goods and going. We know he needs to do the basics. He let him give us an IBC and whatever to avoid chaos, so that then he packs and goes. And if he goes in peace, we leave him alone. If he doesn't go in peace, then we shall have to deal with him after there's change in this country. But the fact is that Kenya Kwanza is a government of thieves, by thieves, for thieves. And we are not going to allow that government to continue ruling. Thank you,
Senator. Right now, your fellow legislators cannot walk as you are. What do you think is the main difference?
I was elected as a representative. I never became a Mheshimiwa. Even if you look at my letters, all of them, I don't use the honorific honorable, because I know that when the independence came, all those people used to be called Wajumbe. They used to be called Wajumbe, representatives. So what then happens when you get that other than the flag independence, which gave us the representatives, then people began being called Weshimiwa. And Weshimiwa attaches to the individual. Representative means you have been sent. So we need to go back and get people who realize that now in Wajumbe, they come from a catchment area that wants them to do something. They are not an end in themselves. That might be the reason why some people may not be realizing that they cannot work. Me, I've never forgotten that I was elected by the people to serve them. And I continue to serve the people. That's why I work freely, without any bodyguard, without anything.
Your message to the Gen Zs, to the young people?
The Gen Zs, the only message I give you, look at the Arab Spring and how it was subverted. Don't begin negotiating with the enemy. Make your demand and stick by it. Don't step back from the demand that Ruto must go. If you step back and Ruto stays, he's going to dismantle all of you and mess you up. So right now he's cornered and he must go. There are no 2 ways about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.